Hello, this is Alabania. Oops, sorry, Ali88305, and this is Ali's blog. If you did not pretend you didn't hear that, that's just a different username for a different website. Uh, anyway, I'm gonna be talking. I know I was supposed to do a video maybe a week ago. I don't know exactly. I told my friend not to watch the most recent one because it's gonna be talking about something she started watching with me, but then yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna be talking about a bunch of stuff: Supernatural, Grimm, Walking Dead, Once Upon a Time, and RWBy. So I'm gonna catch up by starting with one thing and then going to the next. Let's start with Grimm since that was the first thing. Though I probably have other things, so maybe I might do more and more. Grimm's alright. If you guys know what I'm talking about, good. If you don't, you should be watching it. It's a real good show. Monroe decided to propose to his girlfriend. She said yes. The parents came over, decided to meet her and everything. Got mad then that she wasn't of a bloom bond, and it just proportioned out of control. Finally, it's calmed down, though the parents also know that Nick's a Grimm. As well as that, and now we finally find out that the Hex and Beast, that the blonde-haired witch, I should say, and literally she actually is a witch, finally has her powers back since she had her baby girl. We still don't know who the father is, though, and since the thing is, I don't know what the full royal blood brother is, because it could be one of two princes. The one that's an exiled prince, which is Nick's boss, who's also part Hex and Beast, or it is his royal half brother, who is I don't actually know what the royals look like, what their species is, because when the other one vogues out, he just has a little piece of him, a tiny piece of him that turns into Hex and Beast. And I didn't actually know that was male until that happened. Sorry, I thought I had something bugging me. Let's see what else. That's about it for Grimm, so let's just see what happens. Okay, now on to Supernatural. It's alright. They're just keeping up with it, but we just found out that I just watched 2 episodes ago, Slender Man episode. Yes, I love creepypasta. I don't know if I've told you guys that before. So right now I'm a big fan of Mr. Betty Kruger and his videos. Yeah, about Slender Man. I was a little disappointed to find out it was just 2 humans instead of a real monster. Heck, both my parents watch this with me. That's the one thing my mom watches that's scary, actually, still. Like, where it's all monsters and gross, somewhat. Because she doesn't really like that kind of stuff, but we started out all watching it, and she just still likes it. But I'm glad that they still did it, even though they had to do... Actually, they used the word Thin Man and because of copywriting issues, but what can you do? Okay, I'm just putting my hair in a ponytail. But what shocked me more than it was 2 nutcase guys that were dressed up like this, because the Thin Man wasn't real. It was one of these ghost facers ideas to keep his friend from turning his back on what they loved in the beginning. Though now it pretty much was a whole Sam Dean thing again. It was like Dean did something behind Sam's back, and now Sam's still mad about that. But even though with Dean's case he did the right thing, with the other guy who creates Thin Man, I don't know. But hey, he created Thin Man, so The only thing that shocked me even more than that, because I was a little disappointed even though it was a great episode up till then, was the fact that they gave Slender Man hair. He actually did have hair in the back of his head. Like, it was kind of like a weird balding thing. But, yeah. That was the big thing about it. But, I'm hoping that we get to find out more. Because I've already seen one other episode, or the next episode after it, and then we just got maybe this week's, or maybe this was this week's. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. I got Walking Dead, Once Upon a Time. Okay. Walking Dead's next, even though that's one of the more recent ones. It's still like, there was more episodes I watched. I watched that with my dad. I love it to pieces. I don't know if I've talked about that before. However, there's certain things I can only manage. The only thing that I could not manage was when seeing the rats being fed to the walkers. But who would want to see that? Even though we found out it was actually just something grape jelly that they used, like when they put it in, probably in the mouth. Well, we found out who was feeding them. We found out that there was another part where there's a skinned rabbit nailed to a board. Don't know why. And then we found out a few other things. Michonne's now with Rick and the boy. I'm sorry. They've all split up since the prison was attacked. I miss oh gosh, I can't believe I'm so bad at this. I miss the old guy. But they aren't afraid to kill anybody off. That's what my dad's saying. And when he killed him off, I think that took them to a new level. Because you remember the two little, if you guys watch Walking Dead, if you remember the two little blonde girls that Carol was taking care of, they actually ended up being with, ending up separating, and they had Judith, and they went with the big, pardon my language, but big black guy. That was, I guess he was always used to being on his own, whose girlfriend and another person when they got sick, they were his friends that got burned alive. And of course we all knew that was Carol from of course. But Rick knew, but the guy didn't. Sorry, it's a long morning. Long day, I should say now. It's only already almost 2 o'clock. Anyway, Carol actually ended up finding them, because she was already off on her own when Rick left her. And actually she came in the nick of time, because it seemed like Lizzie, which is the older of the two blonde haired girls, it looked like she was trying to keep Judith, like she was putting her hand like this, trying to trying to stop her from keep crying so loudly, which wasn't working. And luckily enough she came, because it looked like she was going to suffocate her. And the thing is that while she doesn't mind killing, she doesn't want to kill the walkers because she thinks that they're still people. While the little girl, I don't remember her name now, and I'm so upset with myself because we just watched that last week, that she just didn't want to kill because she was afraid to, even though she ended up being able to kill them. She still was afraid to. That did not make, even though you think that compassion would help, like make her stay human, that is true, but that won't get you, that won't keep you alive, for one thing. And I realize that. There's certain things I will still do if I think it's necessary, or I think that it's worth it. But I will try to keep myself and my team group alive before anything else. And so in the end, it turns out Lizzie was the one who was feeding the walkers, and actually the black guy almost thought she was the one who burned the 2 people, but no, she cared about the walkers. She didn't care. She thought didn't care. She really didn't care about if they were people were still alive. But it just, she ended up killing her little sister, and then she was thinking about killing Judith, but Carol luckily enough convinced her not to, because Judith did not learn to walk yet, or even walk properly yet. She's only still crawling. So yeah, it ended up being where they had to. Of course, they made sure that her little sister was dead, where she wasn't going to come back. But Carol ended up having to kill Lizzie, and it's like, oh boy, that they were not afraid to kill off people. So now we lost 2 more of our family. But so let's see where now takes us. Now on to Once Upon a Time, and then I will go into RWBy, and then that will be it for the day. The only reason why I'm putting so much into this video is because I don't know when's the next time I will be. I want to do more with stuff, but I don't know. Once Upon a Time has been getting real good, even though it's only been the 2nd episode, I believe. If you guys don't remember, Regina loves to use certain types of magic other than dark, like blood magic to protect things. Like she has in the last 2 episodes, she's had a door protected, as well as once Emma came back. Because I don't know remembers now, but Henry doesn't still. But they're back in Storybrooke, trying to figure out who cast this curse that took away their memories for the last few months or whatever. Ah, crap! My mom's probably getting up. My mom's not feeling well, so she's actually been home for the 2nd day in a row now from work. She actually is off 1 day, and then she was off. The next 2 days she was called off. And we found out there was that you can only break blood magic. You can't actually break blood magic. You actually have to follow the rules with that, which means only someone of your blood relative could, open these doors when both Trap and in the story, when they were back in fairy tale world. Now, as we already know, that Cora, I don't believe that Regina is Rumpelstiltskin's child, though the theory is still there. Their theory is still there. But her biological father is dead. Her mother, Cora, is dead. And she had a door into the castle that was blocked by blood magic. I think she probably did that with a lot of stuff. The door was open. And the Wicked Witch was the one of the West was the one who infiltrated this thing. Yeah, I'll let you guys put it together. Anyway, of course, Snow White's further along in her for pregnancy, so I can't wait to see that. But let's just say that there's more. Let's just say that Wicked Witch followed them to the Storybrooke. I'll just say this out. So, like, as you already know, I've been giving spoilers out. If you guys haven't caught up, you really should. Like, I'm one to talk that we're so much behind on certain stuff. Anyway, there's I think her real name in both worlds is Zelena, but they know her as Wicked Witch of the West for her fairy tale. We already know that she's related to Regina now, but she actually has a prisoner that she's keeping down somewhere, like, I think it's underground, or in a shed. I thought it was gonna be Nia when she first went in, and then I was squealing with happiness because it turned out it was Rumpelstiltskin. Yay! Anyway, that's about it on that. Tomorrow's the next episode, but I have to work, of course, so I'm gonna be a little tired. But we always watch it on the day of. Now on to the last thing, and then I will be ending this video. RWBy. Now I've been following everything that they've been doing since I found out that they're going to be doing a new the next season, which I'm going to rewatch the whole entire series of the first one days before. Like maybe a week before that it would be happening, so my mind's fresh. I'm gonna have to do that a little early with 2 pieces. I'm gonna rewatch the Red trailer because we finally found out what well, Vita's outfit's gonna be like, which is good. But there's something else that they're talking about. There was something that I saw last night, and this got me puzzled. So I was up a little bit last night for many reasons, but that was one of them. Was that something about a person named Summer Rose? And then all of a sudden I was looking at the Wikipedia thread thing, that the comment down below is like someone starts, and I was like, okay, what the heck? Who the heck is Summer Rose? Turns out that was the name on the grave in the Red trailer. So I'm gonna I actually was able to look at on YouTube. I'm gonna look again since I have the DVD and see about that. But who is Summer Rose? Some people are thinking she's Ruby Rose's real mom, or Ruby and Yang's real mom. I don't know. If I find out more about it through the threads, I'll let you guys know. But that's about it for now. Tell me what you guys think of all the stuff I talked about. Again, that was Grimm, Supernatural, Once Upon a Time, Walking Dead, and RWBy. If you have any information that you think that is like a good theory, comment down below. As well as click like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend, and hopefully most of you guys are on spring break.